Howdy. There isn't anything better than getting to enjoy some good barbecue on a Sunday afternoon. Many people enjoy barbecue, especially good barbecue. Trust me, there's a big difference between mediocre and great. I've always had a big interest in cooking, especially grilling and smoking meats. This interest has led me to read many books and watch tons of videos about different ways to cook pork butt and brisket and many things which I feel make me rather knowledgeable about this subject. This how-to speech aims to provide a guide on smoking pork butt, giving the knowledge for both beginners and experts to achieve more flavorful, tender, and all-around better results by exploring the concepts of scoring, seasoning, techniques, and temperatures. I will aim to leave every listener with their own insight on how to do a delicious pork butt. Topics I'm going to cover today are some background behind smoking, the prep, beginning of the smoking journey, and the final steps and process. First, I'll dive into the background behind why so many people love smoked meats and pork butt especially. There are so many reasons people enjoy smoked barbecue. One major thing stands out with smoked meats is amazing smell that engulfs the outdoor area and usually being done. The reason that smell is so important, according to AmericanBarbecueSystems.com, is it is known that sense of smell is linked to memories, and generally food memories are some of the strongest linking you to family and friends. Another reason many people love smoked meats, especially pork butt, is because of how tender and juicy they usually are and how flavorful and versatile a pork butt can be. Pork butts can be used for many things, ranging from just plain meat all the way to sandwiches or even tacos. Versatility with them makes it a reason that many people love to do pork butt when picking a meat to smoke. The last reason people choose to do this but is because it's affordable. Pork butts typically are rather inexpensive, only about $3 or $4 per pound. We've covered the background information about smoking pork butts. Now let's get into the first steps in starting the smoking process. The first step includes seasoning, scoring, and beginning the grilling process. Once you have a pork butt at home and you are ready to start beginning, you will let the meat sit out, allow it to warm up closer to room temperature. Once this is done, find the fat cap with a large white, usually firm to the touch. Take this side and cut the lines in two different directions on it to produce squares that are about 1 inch by 1 inch. Once this is complete, the pork butt is considered scored. The next step will be to add a binder. I usually use mustard for this. And then you will add your seasoning or rub. You'll cover the entire surface with both the binder and the seasoning, and be very generous. According to Brianna Stark from Married to Barbecue, you can't really over-season a pork butt. Once everything is seasoned nicely, you heat the smoker to 225, insert a temperature probe, and put the pork butt on with the fat cap facing up. When that fat cap is on, facing up, it will look like this. I like to keep a can with the lid cut off full of apple juice in the smoker to keep the moisture of the meat nice. About every 90 minutes, spritz the meat with apple juice, which will help develop a nice bark. We are finally to the last steps of our perfectly smoked pork butt. The final steps will include helping the meat reach the desired temperature and resting it before serving. Once the meat reaches an internal temperature of 165 degrees, take it off the smoker. In a foil tray, pour some apple juice, add the pork butt, and cut up a stick of butter, put on top. Cover this, and then add it back onto the smoker at the same temperature. Once the meat is back on the smoker, you'll let it go until it hits an internal degrees of 203. Take the meat off and put it in a cooler to rest for around an hour. The reason you allow the pork butt to rest, according to Z Grills, is to avoid the meat getting tough. Once your pork butt is rested, take it out and the bone should come right out of the meat with no meat attached, and you will be left with a juicy, tender, delicious pork butt to enjoy. That will look like this. I've covered the background behind smoking pork butt and how to score and season the meat, the steps on how to cook it, and the resting it before serving. The next time you want to impress some friends and family, or even just enjoy a delicious meal, follow these steps to cook a perfectly and delicious pork butt every time for everyone to enjoy. Done.